Oh man, I'm really tone deaf. Hello everybody and welcome to another one of, this time it's for Attack on Titan Wings of Freedom for PS4. Boy, this is a weird subject to talk about now, because... So, for people who don't know, this game, as I go through its pretty awesome menu actually, is based on the Attack on Titan series, which for a long time was the only anime you could talk about without sounding really embarrassed. And that was 3 years ago. It came out in 2013, or at least 2013 I believe was the apex of its popularity. Now, I always wanted an Attack on Titan game. Me and I'm guessing a bunch of other people always wanted it. But it took a while, let's put it like that. I'm going to go into attack mode, which is basically the story mode. There's an expedition mode, which is sort of like missions. If you have played any of the Warriors games, then it'll be very similar to that, which I'll get back into in a second. But anyway, let's just put something on the screen just to make sure that I don't stay on the menu too long. But yeah, Attack on Titan games have always had a weird time, because when I saw the show, all I could think was, man, this would make a cool video game. And I present to you cool video game. But before any of that, there were like a few tries, and they were really weird. Okay, so there was the Unity game, which was made by, I think, like one dude. And don't get me wrong, it was really cool, but, you know, you always wanted that budget, like that big budget release, the one that had the money behind it. And the only real attempts that I can think of were the 3DS game by Spike Chunsoft, of all people, which got pretty bad reviews and was on the portable console, which I honestly didn't think it would really like use the series strengths. Like, it didn't make sense to me to put it on a portable console because it seemed like it was too underpowered to attempt something for this series. Like, there are some series where I could say, yes, that makes sense on a portable console. This game, or this series, not so much, considering, like, the scale of the cities and the titans and the fact that you're tiny and you have to, like, climb. It just didn't make sense. It's like trying to put Shadow of the Colossus on a DS. It just wouldn't really have the same impact. Just make sure I go through all of my equipment. I think there's no new stuff. There's your gas canisters. There's your directional gear, which I will explain, I promise, but I just want to get this part off my chest. There was the arcade game, which has been made by Capcom, and since arcades are pretty much dead other than Japan, the only chance I'll ever get to try it is if I find one if I go on holiday to Japan, and other than that, I can't really think of any other games off the top of my head, until this one came along, by Koei Tecmo and Omega Force. And for people who don't know, Omega Force are the developers behind the Warriors series, and also, well, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's basically what they're known for. They're known for doing, you know, the Warrior series, Samurai Warriors, Dynasty Warriors, Hyrule Warriors, freaking Gundam Warriors. I know it wasn't called that, but that's what I'm calling it. And they're also making the Berserk game, which is coming out. Now, this game is very Warriors-esque with its presentation and stuff, but it does a lot of stuff differently, which makes sense for this game. So, I've played a bit already, as you can clearly see, because there was a point that I wanted to get to, and I did get to that point, which I will get to in a second. So, we'll only be doing these 3 missions right here, because I don't feel the need to show off expedition mode, but since this goes through the story, and I'm assuming, by the way, spoilers if anyone hasn't seen this series, I'm only going to speak about the first season of the anime because that's basically what I'm assuming everyone's most familiar with. I know there's some manga readers out there, and I'm pretty much up to date on what's on the story. I have to be honest, I didn't read every single issue. I had a friend that like kept me up to date because I asked him to. So there's some stuff which I'm not going to mention because it's massive spoilers for season 2, which will come out eventually, some point, maybe. God, this is a weird series to talk about right now. And also, I'm going to speak in front on these cutscenes. I don't feel the need to stay quiet in them. But it's such a weird series to, like, speak about because, like I said, its popularity, its apex is past. So, my feeling is that this game came out at the worst time it could have, which sucks because this game is what I wanted. It's what I always wanted from an Attack on Titan game. It just took way too long to come out. But, needless to say, this is what I wanted. This is as close to what I think we'll get to a great, not super high budget, but like high budget enough Attack on Titan game. And these cutscenes are actually pretty good. And the characters look really good as well. They look great in their 3D models. Oh my god, I'm playing Armin. I was not expecting that, I have to be honest. Whoops. Oh well, that's fine. It doesn't matter. Usually you would be playing Mikasa, and I'll be honest, I kind of wanted to play Mikasa, and I just realized this is going to be really hard to concentrate while I'm playing this game. But I'll try my best to try and explain what's going on. So, you got your 3D maneuver gear, which is a really nice system. Basically, you use the square button to anchor onto points, and you press the R1 button to anchor onto a Titan if they're close enough. And you can slash at them and miss if you get distracted while trying to speak. No, if you can slash their nape in order to take them off, and you can use slash their limbs in order to make it harder for them to move. It feels so good, and there's some nice little details, like if you scrape across the ground, there's sparks, and it's just really action-oriented, which makes sense because Omega Force, while never really doing extremely complex, like, battle systems, they're really good at, and I forgot to reattach, there we go, they're really good at doing high-octane action with simple buttons and simple gameplay. And this, to me, is one of their most complex, like, systems they've ever made. Like, easily. And, Jesus, you always have to be in line of sight, and, like, you have to keep an eye on your equipment. Like, I've used a lot of gas. So, I need to... There's actually a gas canister right there from a dead comrade. Hey, you gotta use what you can get. And, oh my god, it's so high-paced, fast-paced even. It just feels so good when you slash at them. Even though you do very similar things, like, there's some differences between, like, Titans and their sizes and their, like, the way they behave. That it doesn't get too stale. Like, obviously, the biggest drawback, I think, to making an Attack on Titan game is that you're only fighting one type of enemy. Well, unless you're doing boss encounters, but that's spoilers. So you have to make it always interesting to fight the same type of enemy. Like in Hyrule Warriors, the way they got around that was by using Zelda enemies with like different moves and different, like, yeah, by using the Zelda enemies. That's basically it. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. There was no need to overcomplicate that. But in this game, I think they did a, like, decent job of keeping it interesting, and that's mainly to do with the gameplay. The idea of slashing at different areas of the limbs and, like, cutting off certain areas to get materials which you can use to upgrade your items, which makes a little bit of sense. Like, the stuff you get is like Titan skin, which obviously would make sense in context of the world because they use it for research and use that to upgrade equipment. So at first I thought it was a little weird, but when I thought about it, it actually makes quite a bit of sense, and I want those materials. And you can play as different characters, which you probably have guessed. Like Mikasa, Eren, Levi's playable, and John, and basically everyone else. I think there's like 10 characters, and they each have their own different movesets and different abilities, which I'll get to at the end of the level because I'll be able to show it off. So like Mikasa has a chain strike ability which allows her to do multiple strikes in a single rappel, which is super cool. I haven't unlocked Levi's, but I imagine his trademark spin will be used. Oh, that's so cinematic. I love it. And it just made so much sense. It just made sense. It just makes sense to vary up the gameplay. I unlocked a flash grenade and a sound grenade. I'm guessing the sound grenade will be used to draw enemies and the flash grenade to stun them. So I should probably keep that in mind. But you also have to keep like an eye on your gas and your blades and like get equipment and oh god, it's just it takes the simplified gameplay to a new level in my opinion. And because of the way that the environments are, it's so open and so varied. It's so much fun. It really is just moving around, grappling onto areas, grappling onto limbs, cutting them off. Man, there was actually an option to turn off the gore, which I found kind of funny, considering the subject matters this series goes into, like death of your comrades and the fact that you're completely screwed 24/7. Man, they're making a Berserk Warriors game. I swear to God, if they have an option to turn off the gore in the Berserk game, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be a little bit, not annoyed, just confused. Like, why would you turn off the... Why would you have the option to turn off gore in a Berserk game? Oh, I'm so happy. Omega Force has been doing a really good job so far of making games based on franchises which I keep on saying need video games. So, like, first it was Attack on Titan, which we finally got, and I'm so glad it came out west. I was actually kind of afraid that I was going to have to import it, just because... I thought the popularity died down, and it was... Like, it's still popular, don't get me wrong. Like, it's not... I'm not saying, like, everyone just left, but... It's just weird to release a game like this 3 years later. It's just so weird. But, Berserk was a game that always needed another... Berserk was a series that always needed another game. Because there was the Dreamcast one, which was called Sword of the Berserk, which, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed, but we just needed something more. We just needed something greater. Like, the closest thing we got to a Berserk game was Dark Souls. And the great part is, this game isn't even full price. I got it for about £35, which I think is a completely fair price for what you're getting. And it's for Xbox One and PS4, which is even better because more people can play it. I believe it's, I think it's on Steam as well. I might be wrong on that, though. Although I didn't get the, like, the collector's costume because I thought it was really dumb because it was, like, Mikasa in a cleaning outfit, or no, it wasn't a cleaning outfit. It was like a sun outfit or something, and I thought that would be like in Zelda you could get away with some goofy costumes, but it would be so weird with having all this death and destruction and just having Mikasa, who is usually like the super cool girl of the group, in like a freaking sun outfit. It's like summer outfit, not a sun outfit. Although I guess you could argue it would be called that. It takes a little bit of getting used to get used to the maneuver system, but it's still really satisfying. You can like boost to increase your damage, and you can also, since there's many of them nearby, let's call a team attack. Get everyone together, get the whole crew, because this is a team game. Yeah! You always have to keep them in sight. No! And always have to be on alert. Jesus Christ, nope. God, when you have multiple of them together, this is when it gets tense because they can straight up grab you in the air. And when that happens, you have to mash out of their grasp, which I think is really cool. I haven't died yet. But these aren't the super hard missions. They are the first missions, so I expect that to happen. Definitely. Damn it, I can't cut them in one strike. I'm using upgraded gear as well. To be fair, Armin isn't supposed to be the person in this mission. It's supposed to be Mikasa who could do the chain strike, so you could theoretically take them out in one go. I don't know what Armin's ability is. Eren's ability is, well, we'll get to that when we get to that. But I have no idea what Armin can do. So at the end of every mission, you get the super tough enemy that appears, which is the final subjugation target. And there's sometimes multiple of them, which are basically like tougher titans with abnormal personalities and abnormal behavior. So I've had titans. Shit, I'm running out of gas. Okay, get the gas before the titan comes. So I've had like some weird stuff happen with like titans climbing on buildings. They can smash the buildings, but like climb on top of them to try and jump at you. Or like grouping up. It's really cool. I love it. Would I say this game could get repetitive for some people? Absolutely. Like, I wouldn't blame you. But considering I'm a guy who looks at fun gameplay and usually doesn't really get too annoyed by the repetitiveness of some games, depending on how good the execution is, if that makes any sense, I don't mind. But that's me. Like, obviously, you can have your opinion, but I have mine. Like, in my opinion, because you have the multiple characters, the multiple moves, the fact that you can level up and gain new moves in your repertoire, like, it's not just slashing. You can get, unfortunately, Armin, for me, is only level 1, so he doesn't have any of the moves. I'll see if I can switch characters in order to show off what I mean by different moves. But I think that's more than enough to, or at least in my case, to have gameplay that doesn't get old. Shit. This is a large Titan class, so gotta take out the limbs before I try going for the nape. The blades are getting dull as well. Ah, why are there two of you? Go over to you. God, it's so fast and fluid. The fact this game came out on PS3 in Japan, and I couldn't imagine. Oh God, there's another one. I can't imagine this game on PS3. Like, how would it cope? Like, really? I mean, you could make the textures like worse. You could put it at 720p, but even then, with like all the physics of the buildings, how would it cope? And oh God, I need to change my stuff. I also like the fact that you have to change your equipment because it makes sense in context of the show and adds a little bit of thingy. Oh God. I haven't tried any of my... Let's try a flash grenade. I don't know if that did anything. Other thing that you have to pay attention to is the fact that your hook can break. So like, you see the bar underneath the place where I'm hooked, the green one, that's like the tension meter, so you can snap your training gear if you're not careful. Okay, I'm just going to all of the side missions at the moment. I probably should pay attention to my base, which actually doesn't look too bad. Oh shit. John! I think I'm about to fail the mission. My first time through, I got every single mission, but I think this is it. No, John! Stay with me! Okay. Well, never mind. Casualties happen. It's how this world works. Hey, man, if we only have, like, 10 people dead. That's a good day for us, you know? You know, a lot of people would be going, that's horrible, but no, that's a good day. Put like an A on that report card. We only have 10 people horribly massacred. Oh, man. I've S-ranked some missions, my first time, but there were some which I just got A ranks on. I adapted quite quickly. Oh my god, this one's really awkward, especially when they go in between buildings. Like that. Okay, right. D-lock on. Shit, that's my base taking more damage. Come on, Armin. We need to go to work. Also, I want to save people because it actually does help out with the mission. Like that R2 button, which calls everyone. The more people that you save, the more people take part. And you can get really cool looking things. Shit. That was... There we go. Oh my god, there's still 3 more. I still have flash grenades. Let's try a sound grenade. I don't know if that actually did anything. I don't know what the grenades do. They're new equipment I got. And I don't know. Give me your stuff. Yeah! You're not eating me today, Titan. Almost said a spoiler right there, but I stopped myself. Man, I don't know what it's okay to say, and so I don't really want to say anything. I'm just going to say the military police are scumbags. They are massive scumbags. I don't know how anyone would want to be on their side. Like the Garrison Corps, or the Server Corps, the Recon Corps, whatever the hell you want to call them. You know, they dialogue, but most of them are pretty cool. Like the Wall Crew, whatever they're called, I think they're called the... Oh god, camera. This isn't abnormal. Like the Wall Crew. Most of them are pretty cool, they just sort of do their job. I have to be careful with this tire, it's an abnormal. And my gas is about to run out. Shit, 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 shit. I'm so glad he didn't see me. He would have dashed if he could. There we go. Take off. Oh my god, he has so much health. Yeah, okay, fine. Time to bring everyone in. Yeah! Left arm down. He has no hands. Shit. Ah, he's in between the buildings, which is making it hard to stay locked on. Come on. Go! Not enough to kill. Again! I gotta be careful with how much gas I use. If I use too much, then we're screwed. Yeah! This is the most badass you've ever been, Owen. Oh, shiznit. Okay. You try to grab me. It's not gonna work, buddy. One way that I heard this game described is, it's like the Warriors game if you're on the other side. Which, I think is a pretty good way of describing it. Like, it doesn't have nearly as many enemies on the screen, which makes sense. It just has sheer size, and Jesus Christ, you're still moving even though you're missing a leg? You're persistent, I'll give you that. Okay, I need to... Oh god, I just destroyed that building. I mean, no one was living there, right? Ugh. Shit, shit, shit. Oh my god, I'm almost out of gas. I'm almost... Come on! One more! Ugh. I did it. I saved everyone. Well, I mean, apart from all those people that are dead. Man, Mikasa is so cool. So is Rico. I always liked Rico. I don't think she gets enough credit. Who else do I like? Sasha Browse, obviously. She was, you know, she's a fan favorite. I can't hate on her. I mean, it's fair to say I prefer most of the women in this show than the men. Not that I don't like the men, but Eren is just like, well, he just hates Titans, and then that's it. I like Armin. Armin's great. I love Armin. I also... Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Jean. I like Levi, obviously. Erwin. The freaking professor. I always forget her name. Zoe. I think that's her name. God, it's been so long. It's been so long since I've researched the source material. But man, this show is great. I hope season 2 actually happens. And it's decent. What? A Titan attacking another Titan? That's not normal. That's not normal at all. God, I hope everyone has watched this show up to this point, or at least know what's happening. I mean, I guess why would you get this game or watch this game if you didn't know the source material, but still. Anyway, oh, I got an A still. That's actually... okay, that's okay. I'm fine with that. So yeah, I never used Armin before, but this gives me a chance to show off that you can get different skills. So this is actually a new skill. I haven't seen this skill yet. No one that I've upgraded level-wise has gotten this skill. So Tactician's Eyes. I think that's actually unique to Armin, because Armin's pretty much the leader. So I can boost twice. That's interesting. I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, Armin's not really much of a fighter. He's more of a order giver. So I maybe should have given some orders if I realized that I could. You can do stuff like tell your allies to focus on the same target, fan out, guard someone. You get the lore in between the loading screens, which I think is great. Right, let's go and do another story mission. And let's see if I can also change characters, because I want to play Mikasa. Mikasa's super cool. I want to play Mikasa. Let's see. Was there a way to... I want to play Mikasa. I'm not sure how you... It hasn't told me how I switch between people yet. Let's see. I actually got my stats right there, which is actually pretty cool. Wait, was that it right there? Where was it? No, that's just to check my skills. Give me a second. Okay, so slight change of plans. I guess I am going to show off expedition mode anyway, because I couldn't figure out how to switch characters in the story mode. Anyway, So, at least I get to see if I get to show off some stuff, like you can get your own horse, which you can use, and if anyone's played Dynasty Warriors types games, they'll know that they use horses a lot in their games. There was a game recently that had a very good horse system, and it was also based on an anime game, which was like, it was like Aslian Warriors? Something like that? I also want to show off this guy, because I find it hilarious that you can make statues of titans. Like, why? Why would you do that? Like, do people really want, like, statues of titans? I haven't tried it out yet. You know what? I got money. I can get more. I want to see what this does. Like, I don't know where that puts it, in all honesty. Because I can't... Okay, I can't use my 3D maneuver gear, which kind of sucks. But apparently you can just have the models of the Titans just somewhere around town, which doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, just right there! Just have it looming over everyone. Yeah, that's fine. Just have the servo core remember, hey, look, guys, that's the thing that's going to eat you. It's going to gnaw your bones and chew off your limbs. That is actually really threatening. Look at that. It's at where the sun sets as well. So it like shadows all over it and it's staring directly at you. Why would you do that? That would improve troop morale. Use it as target practice. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh man, survey mission. Select a survey mission. Select an expedition mission. I haven't actually tried this one yet. Expedition missions. In expedition mode, you can go on expedition missions. When a battle is over during expedition missions, you can choose whether or not to continue to the next battle. Competing multiple battles in a row will increase the amount of experience and regiment funds acquired. In some cases, you will also receive special materials. Okay, interesting. And this is to survey the area, so percent scouted 7%. There was like, basically you play the survey core and you scout the area, and the more percentage that you find, the more battlefields that are open. It's mission mode basically. I haven't tried this out, so let's give it a go. Also, since Mikasa is a combat specialist, then this should be up her alley, so to speak. 104th Cadet Troops, the class of 104, filled with an interesting group of people. Here we go, horses. Press circle when near horse to get on. Hold circle while riding to dismount the horse. Omnidirectional ability is possible even while riding a horse. Wait, really? Interesting. Also, moving while holding X will cause you to run at high speed. However, horses can only run for as long as they have stamina remaining. Right, so basically use this to get around without using... so you don't use freaking gas. That's the word. Right. Okay, yeah, you can just get straight off. That's actually really helpful. You can also use cannons, which I think is super cool. No! Won't let you! Right. Can I actually... Is there anything I can shoot from here? There's a Titan coming from the south. Shit, come on. Get in range. Get in range so I can fire at you. Shit. 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 Okay, time to dismount. This is more effective anyway. This is actually a new area for me, so I'm gonna have to learn really quickly. I don't think there's any special objectives. You see? It's just climbing on top of the buildings. Let's go for a chain strike. Yeah, just slice off all of your limbs. And go in for a swoop! Which is actually a special move if you do it from above. I don't think that was the swoop, actually. I'll see if I can get the swoop. I'm pretty sure I'll get it naturally, but I'll be sure to point it out. It's got a very distinct animation. Okay, I want that. I want that material. I know we're in the middle of war. with a species we don't understand, but I want that material. I probably should be using my horse more, but hey. Oh man, we got different traps? I didn't know that part. Oh jeez. Man, yeah, there we go. That's the swoop animation. And we got that guy joining the team. Awesome. Oh, sweet. Okay, right. Stun grenade. I need more gas. Got some blades. Okay, right. I need to refill somewhere. Let's pick this up. Get some flashbangs, which I don't really use, but whatever. And use my horse. Oh, right. Oh, I can resupply on the horse? Awesome. Oh god, Jean's in trouble. I already got a full team. I'll tell them to fan out. No! Oh, there's a trap right there. Yeah, okay, it automatically happens. And I'm in near death because I was on the trap as well. Yeah! Oh, the animation's so good. It's so satisfying. I know I keep on saying it, but it really is. I love games that get the idea of satisfaction through slow motion hit stop. I think it's one of the things that you need to do along with cinematic cameras in order to have extremely satisfying moves pulled off. Alright, final target. I don't think I'll continue for way too long because I don't want this video to like extend to like over an hour. I'm pretty sure you're the same Titan that I fought in the last mission, or at least one of them. Oh god, you're right there. Okay, well let's take off your arms. Shit. Yeah! And slash at the other one while I'm at it. God, that chain strike is so good. It's so good. You just takes one thing out and then start work on the next. It's awesome. Not enough speed, not enough speed. Oh god, there's another Titan. And I think it's an abnormal. Alright, time to call the team. Call the troops. Yo! Oh man, this one's large. Oh, but we won. Never mind, it's straight. We did it, team. There's a Titan right in front of us, but it gives up. Yeah, we can't see any Titans. None. Whatsoever. Man, that shading effect is really good. I didn't realize it before, but the cell shading is actually really nice. I only got 10 subjugations, but what are you gonna do? Man, Mikasa, you're cool. I know I said it already, but I'm saying it again. It's true. And we got 15% scouted, and we can unlock more stuff as we get the percentage scoutage, which is basically the mission mode. Which is really cool. But, 2 out of 3, Let's do another one. Why not? Or, you know what? I'll do it in my own time, because I do want to show off the last type of mission. Hey all, I know this is a bit of a weird, awkward cut, but if you can't tell from my tone, then, might as well explain. I'm recording this in the future. This is post-commentary for this section, because I had a little bit of a mishap on the second part, and I also need to explain this. I can't figure out how to change characters. I know that's a weird thing to say. You think, well, you know, you could do it in exhibition mode, but basically, for people who don't know what I was trying to do, I was trying to show that you could play as a Titan. And it was a short mission. It was about 5 minutes long, and you could punch, you could throw. It was pretty hype and cool, but I can't show it off because for some reason you need to play as Eren, and if you tried to do the mission, while not playing as Eren, then you play as the character that you are in the storyline at the moment, which is weird. That's a weird way of doing it, because I would have thought you would have gone into the menu, select your character, and then move forward, but I guess not. But, that sucks, but I'm pretty sure you can find gameplay of it, and you can sort of guess what it is, so this is basically me just ending off the video now. I know this is really awkward to do, and it's kind of a disappointing way to end off the one-off, but I'm fine with how it went. I'm really happy with how this one-off went and what I was able to show off, so I'm gonna leave it this way. So, with that, Attack on Titan Winds of Freedom, I'm glad I bought it. I'm glad it finally came out. The Attack on Titan game I was looking for. And if you can have a chance to give it a go, then I recommend it. It's a good game. Attack on Titan Winds of Freedom. When's Season 2 coming out? I don't know. See you guys.